Hello dear students, welcome back to this class of English. Students, today we'll step into the second session of the series of active and passive voice. So let's begin it. So today we will learn how to convert active into passive voice. First of all, let's quickly remember what we have learned in our previous session. So there are two ways in which we can describe an action performed by the subject in relation to the object. And the very first is active voice. Here the subject performs an action and the object receives the action. And the sentence structure is subject plus verb plus object. The second is the passive voice. An action is performed on the object by the subject. Action is performed on the object by the subject. And the sentence structure here is object plus helping verb plus verb 3, third form of the verb, plus preposition by plus subject. Let's see an example here to make things clear. Active voice. Mayank repaired my car. Now the same sentence in the passive voice is my car was repaired by Mayank. Now see, both the sentences are same in the meaning, but the context changes. In the first sentence, the subject Mayank is given more importance and we get to know that he is the person who is performing the repair activity on the car, which is an object. So, object, verb. Fine. In the second sentence, we are giving more importance to the object, my car. Fine. And the action performed by the subject rather than the subject itself. Hope it is clear. Now, we generally use active voice only. This voice we generally use. But there are two reasons of using passive voice. Number one, if you want to give less importance to the subject and focus more on the action and the receiver of the action. Number two, if you do not know the subject at all. So we have already discussed this in our previous video with examples. Am I right? Now let's see how we can convert any active voice into passive voice. So for that, there are basically 5 simple steps for converting an active voice to passive voice. So let us see them one by one. Active voice versus passive voice. So the first step is identify the subject, object and the main verb in any sentence. Second is swap. Swap what? subject with object, subject with the object, and object with the subject. Fine. Now the third step is to convert the main verb. Convert the main verb into verb 3, into the third form of the verb. Now the fourth step is to add a proper helping verb of to be before the main verb. And the fifth step is to add preposition by before the subject. Fine. So in the end, the sentence structure of passive voice is object plus helping verb plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. So these are the simple 5 steps which we need to follow. Now there are 2 important things that need to be remembered here. Firstly, when replacing the subject with the object, if the subject is a pronoun, then the conversion will be like this. I will become me, he will become him, she will become her, we becomes us, they becomes them. Please remember this properly. Secondly, we need to add a proper helping verb of to be before the main verb. Fine. So this helping verb is decided based on tenses. Now with an example of the main verb write, look into the different helping verbs as per the tenses one by one, which are supposed to be learned. I have already prepared the chart for you. So beginning with simple present. Now here in active voice, we have a verb's first form, write or writes. While in passive voice, we add is, am, are, and then written, depending on whether the object is singular or plural. Fine. Is, am, are, and written. Now for present continuous tense, in active voice, we have is, am, are, depending on subject, whether it is singular or plural, and writing. While in passive voice, we add being helping verb with is, am, are, and written. This written is third form of the verb. Now for present perfect tense. In active voice, we use have written. While in passive voice, we add been helping verb. between have and written. Fine. Now in simple past, in active voice we use wrote. Fine, which is the verb's past form. While in passive voice we add was or were with third form of verb, that is written. Fine. And the next is past continuous tense. So in this tense, in active voice we use was or were and then writing. While in passive voice we add being as helping verb with was or were and written. Now for past perfect tense we use had written. While passive voice, in passive voice we use been, helping verb been after had, and then comes written, verb 3. And now comes simple future tense. In active voice we write will write, while in passive voice we use helping verb be and written. Will be comes in between, will be and then written, verbs third form. Fine. Now this last, future perfect tense. In active voice will have written, whereas in passive voice we use helping verb been after will have, and then comes written, verb 3. So these are the 8 tenses chart that helps in understanding which helping verb to use. And now you must have noticed that we have not used the 4 remaining tenses, which are present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future continuous tense and future perfect continuous tense. You know, in English grammar we don't convert the sentences of these 4 tenses into passive voice, as they are not grammatically correct. Now we will see the examples of each of them to make the things clear in our next video. I hope up till here everything is clear to you. We'll catch up soon with the examples. Till then, goodbye.